gentlemen, it's your host, Dr. Giggles, me in the house. This is SFNEOnline's Grove Show, and this is really like a pre-Christmas kind of show, and the next week we have like the New Year's Eve show, and this week we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of news and cool updates coming out, and things we're trying to do, and all the crazy stuff that's going to go on, and just like we were talking about, like what the show's about, we're going to talk about the Harry Potter Motorbike, Disneyland, buy some land. There's no, what do you call it? When we get into it, there's no mention of what they're going to do with it. But we can just sit there and speculate a while, or maybe make a wish list of what things that we want. I'm going to give you a Fairtown update. If you haven't watched the video on this channel that released yesterday. No, wait, that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. I'll give you the short of it, and then you can watch the long of it. And we'll talk about the Fairtown stuff. Just give you kind of like an update. We will talk about the Christmas party, because that was cool. We will talk about all kinds of flavor of news, updates over the last couple of days of 2 New England Ace events coming up. And then strive to get to 700 subscribers. So that's what we're working on. And we'll talk about the small break we're taking after next week. This is a little tiny one, kind of like a week or two, just to kind of chill, you know. I mean, there'll still be videos made and stuff like that, but oh yeah, there's a Patriots game. Oh yeah, ain't nobody gonna be watching tonight. Not from the New England area, anyway. People gotta watch them Patriots. I heard some player quit today. Matter of fact, I heard that. I don't know who it was, because I really don't care, to be honest. And the only reason why I say that is because I really stopped watching football, like, regularly and hardcore, like, a few years ago. Only because the way that they've done the rules and the way the officiating is, I honestly just got sick of watching football. I mean, I would watch when the Patriots won the Super Bowl. Then I found out I was a jinx. When I watched, they lost. Except this year, I didn't watch it. Well, the other one I just did against the Eagles, and I didn't care. I just don't get into it. I mean, I could obviously make time to sit there and watch it. I just don't care. I'd rather go do other things, I guess. I'd rather do other things. Oh, it's a repeat. No, not a full winter full winter hiatus. I'll get into that towards the end, just so that way people will, you know how people keep coming in, and you know, I mean, if people come in late, obviously I'll tell them again what they missed, like I always do. That's not an issue, but I would like to try not to have to repeat it 50,000 times, I guess. You know, but regardless. So let's get into some news. There's a bunch of stuff. Then we'll talk about Fairtown. We'll talk about the Christmas party. We'll talk about the hiatus and some other stuff, you know, like Hornapalooza podcast and stuff like that. Yeah. So let's jump in onto the news, and then if anybody hears anything cool that I don't talk about, by all means, jump in. Yeah, this show is not an original aired show. This is from, what you're watching is from 1966. This show's been around since 1966 on YouTube. Hey, what's up, Nelson? What's up, Charles, Lindsay, Lugo, whoever's watching? What's up in Funky Land? All right, so let's start out with Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights. Everybody knows, horror fan. Everybody knows I'm not like a true total fan of Halloween Horror Nights because of how busy it is, but I think they're trying to fix that problem, because they announced the dates for 2019. They didn't announce any haunts, but they announced the dates. So the new dates, and it's early. It's the earliest that they've ever done this. I guess they're trying to follow Disney from what they did this year. But in any case, they're going to start Halloween Horror Nights September 6th, and it runs through November 2nd. I mean, I think that's fine, because if you can spread it out and get more people to go and spread it out and less people, or they're going to have to start raising the price ridiculous. I think, not that I want to pay more money, but at this rate, you're probably going to have to like start jacking the fee up because it's way too popular. You got Congo lines, and it really takes the fun out of it. It really does. I mean, I love haunts. I hate Congo lines. I talked about that in any review that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel haunts suffer because you lose out on the actor scaring you, and plus you can miss out on some of the animatronic props. You know, some are used on compression air, some are electric, and because when there's a Congo line, it's not just the prop's just not jumping off. There's probably like something programmed that, you know, if it's something standing in front of it after so long, just don't do it. And you find that happens. You lose out. So, and the one thing that I don't like about Halloween Horror Nights, I mean, the sets that they build for them are beautiful. They're fantastic. The actors do a great job. I just don't like the fact that everything is like on a loop. The actors aren't saying anything to you. It's all recorded. And everything's on a loop. They pop out, and then they come back. And you know what I mean? It's all like a loop. And they just do that all night long. And I think for me, that hurts it. Like, the live shows are a lot better than like that kind of stuff that you get in the haunts. Again, the sets that they build for Halloween Horror Nights, beautiful. I just wish that they weren't Congo lines and that there were less people. That's kind of what I'm hoping for them. And I know it's not going to happen. And even if you buy the quick queue, whatever the hell they call that thing, they have skipped the line pass, that line gets just as long as the line of people to wait in. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you really want to do Halloween Horror Nights and do it right, you literally need like 2 days at the park. Like, not even joking. You need 2 days to get there and be able to, because like when we went that one time, myself, Luco, my dad, my brother, the kids, we missed out on one haunt. We missed out on the Bill and Ted show, and I didn't really get to watch the other show that they had over by Mel's Diner that they had. So we missed out on a few things, and I guess that's okay. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just so popular and crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you guys think. Now let me ask you guys this question. The ones that are watching live and the ones that are watching this after. Let me ask you this question. Do you think opening that early in September is too early for Halloween related stuff? Do you think it's too early, or should it be saved for the end of September and all of October? Or do you think it should get the full September, October treatment? What do you guys think? Me personally, I think it's okay. There is this game that replicates Halloween Horror Nights, and it's actually... What game is that? I never heard about a game that replicates Halloween Horror Nights. What is this game? I need to know. And speaking of games, the new DLC for Planet Coaster dropped today. So after the show, I am going, like 10, 15, 20 minutes after the show, I'm going to start building what I'm going to call Winter Wonderland 2008 park. I'm going to start from scratch, so if anybody wants to join in on that, if you're not sleeping or if you're chilling or whatever and you want to help me build a park, you know, direct us for new rides and stuff, by all means, join us later. But yeah, I downloaded it. I was playing with it just like a little tiny bit. You know, so I didn't have too much time. I've been going crazy, and yeah, public response will definitely answer that question. I don't remember what the date was that they started this year for Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, personally, for me, I love Halloween. And when I used to do a haunt in my front yard of my old house, Labor Day weekend, I started building it. I mean, it didn't go up in a day. It took a while. It took a week or two to get that puppy up. You know, you got to build the walls, and then you got to like try to plan out what you're trying to do, the theme, you know, stuff like that. So, I feel it's okay. It's kind of like the people that start, you know, what do you call it? You know, people in Christmas start like November 1st putting their outdoor decorations up. I'm old school when it comes to Christmas decorations, just because the time I grew up in is different than today, and I remember as a kid, you didn't see a Christmas commercial, you didn't see a Christmas anything until Black Friday. Like Thursday, in the newspaper, you'd get all your Black Friday ads, and then the parents would go and circle things, and they would go shopping and whatever, when they wanted to go shopping for presents and do their Black Friday shopping. That's what they did. And now Christmas stuff literally goes up once school isn't set, after the back to school sale. They start, like, I noticed Target and Walmart, they'll have their little areas and they start setting up Christmas stuff, like a little section, like a little bit, like a little wall. And then, like, the closer you get to Halloween and the Halloween stuff starts getting condensed, Christmas comes in. I don't like that. I want to go back. I want to go back to those days where it all started on Black Friday. Like, it should be a law, I think. I mean, I know, like, I get it. I want Halloween early. Some people want Christmas early. I get it. Personal opinion, but that's just me. So I honestly think, in the case of Halloween Horror Nights, I think this is a good step because you need to spread the people out. There's just way too many people going and it's retarded. Well, it's dumb. And you get the people because there's not that many dates. And honestly, they should be doing it like every day, like the whole month of October. It should be every single day, not like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It should be every day. End of story. Lugo starts his Christmas shopping on December 26th. Well, the game is called Roblox. Then in search bar, you search Universal Studios and wait until September 28th. What sucks, you have to buy Roblox, which is a currency for Roblox itself, but there's only 10 and 90 for Express. Well, I guess that's not too bad, I guess. It is what it is, I know Disney did, like, wasn't it something like August 20-something they started Mickey's Not So Scary this year? It was something like crazy. It was like crazy like that. That they did the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Did I say Christmas party? Probably. I don't know. But yeah, so. But we will be watching for when Halloween Horror Nights does announce haunts. But that's not going to be till like summertime when they start doing that, which is fine because I'm all about it. All right, so let's talk Disney Springs NBA Experience. We all know that they closed down Disney Quest, and now there's an NBA Experience going in. And the details, some of the details were finally announced. So this is some of what you're gonna experience. I'm probably never gonna do it because I don't give a crap about basketball. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't care. But for those that do, it says visitors will be able to perform slam dunks captured on camera on adjustable baskets, experience the atmosphere of the NBA draft, run through a series of timed shots, and participate in a replica of the NBA Combine. They'll also launch basketballs at hoops with an oversized slingshot. Customers compete in NBA and WNBA trivia contests, with 25 other people, be part of a simulated pregame ceremony via 180-degree cinematic presentations, and learn about the history of the leagues. The building will also include a retail store with the NBA-themed merchandise designed by Disney, 8,632 square foot sports bar restaurant called CityWorks, owned by Bottleneck Management, is expected to open nearby next summer as well. So if the NBA Experience is something you like, there you go. For me, I don't care. September 1st and November 10th, Halloween, Thanksgiving and New Year's, Christmas, but you can play Christmas songs from November 11th to January 21st. I think the Christmas song thing should be Black Friday. I have a hard time getting into the Christmas mood before Black Friday. I think it's just ingrained in my head with the my old school traditions, I guess. I guess you would say. my problem with that is like even like when we did like Mickey's Christmas party, myself and Luco, the week before Thanksgiving, and we did SeaWorld with Jessica and Luco. during that IAPA week. It was cool, and it helped. Actually, I had more Christmas spirit during that than I did when I came back home. But at the same time, a little early. Like, I didn't even have Thanksgiving yet. I don't know. I think it's just the old school mentality that's just ingrained. Like, people know here, don't you dare put Christmas music on while I'm around. Don't you dare put a Christmas movie on when I'm around before Black Friday. Go have at it. Like, Thanksgiving weekend, I go. That's when I decorate. This year, I just didn't have time to get a real tree, so I just stuck with my crappy fake tree. And I'm hoping next year I can get a real tree again. Even though a real tree is a pain in the neck, really is a pain in the neck. Gotta water this stupid thing all the time. Then you gotta sweep up all the needles all the time. Pain in the neck. All right, so the next tidbit. I'm sure a lot of you heard about this. This has to do with Six Flags Great Adventure, and about the woman, about the part of the restraint, the harness falling apart. I don't know. There's a picture of her on the ride, the on-ride photo, and it's showing the it's kind of dark in that corner, but it looks like the harness broke off. There's not much other than that I've seen since this story popped up. And the way that the lady was, if you watch the video about the lady talking about it, now it could be true, but it almost sounds like it's a hoax. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think that's like total legit? Do you think it's a hoax? Because now she's totally, and it's a smart person. She's taken that experience and they made Christmas card photo things that you can buy. Her and her family, like the husband and the kids and stuff, saying that she got in the harness, part of it on the left side. Geez, what am I doing? Snapped off, and the story claims that they went to whatever thing in the government, the state, and they said there was no evidence of it happening. There was no record of it happening. Blah blah blah. I don't know. The whole thing is just playing out fishy. It really is. Like, the whole thing is just fishy. It could be real, and I don't want to doubt her, but it's just weird. Like, just the way that it came out, got presented, now selling pictures about it and cards. Yeah, the strap's there just for comfort collars. It's not going to do anything. And the story goes that the customer service with it, they offered her 40% off a season pass, and she didn't like it, the way that they treated her or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing, but you know how people make like a parody video and all these I just don't know. Like, I don't know what to buy out of it. This world's so crazy that it's starting to become what is real and what is fake. Because a lot of times stuff gets passed around that's really fake all the time, and you're just like, what is going on? The world's crazy. People are creative, and if I can understand them not really going out of their way to do anything, because she was in no danger to begin with. In her mind, it was, and I can get it. Thing snaps off. Oh crap! It's going off. Da 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 da. And it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about it. Yeah, I really don't like those harnesses that they have on King of the Car. I think the harnesses suck. I prefer Top Thrill Dragsters more. The problem is when the restraint really becomes painful when you're going down. That's really the where the uncomfortable feeling comes from, is when you're going down, not up. Everything else you just pinned against the back of the seat, so that's fine. It's when you're going down for me is when I start to feel uncomfortable on it, and I'm like, get this stupid thing off me. I'm like, I can't stand this stupid restraint. All right, so the interesting news now about Ilitch Gardens in Denver. Denver approved those slim buildings on the site of the theme park. They're not closing Ilitch Gardens anytime soon, but it's probably going to happen more sooner than later. But the word is that they're going to build the park somewhere else. So it's not totally like closing and going away forever. They're just building up the, what do you call it? The downtown Denver area. And I don't know. The whole, that's like a weird scenario. Like why? I mean, I know Ilitch Gardens is like landlocked and they can't really expand too much because they got the city all around it. But if they're going to rebuild it, hopefully they can get more land so they can expand and make it better. And hopefully when they do move the rides or whatever, that it's not a pile of junk and it's awesome. You know? Like they like repaint the rides. Everything will be all nice brandy newy and it'll be great. It'll be great. But I'm just a little skeptical on this because usually when something like this happens and the landowner sells the property and then before you know it, they shut it down, sell off the rides, and then it's done. I hate when I hear things like this. Makes me a little nervous. Little nervous, to be honest. All right, so here's some weird Disneyland, what do you call it, news. I don't know how many have seen this. I've seen it pop up on Twitter, Facebook, all over the place. Everybody's sharing this. They're starting to crack down on season pass holders. And the thing is, what people are doing is they're using their season pass holder discount. And I guess like items have certain limits that you can buy at one time or whatever. So what they're doing is they're buying them at a discount, selling them for the price that they sell for at the park or more for like the collectible stuff. And then, you know, selling it on a black market for people that can't get to Disneyland or whatever. So what Disney decided to do was they're now enforcing the rule that's in that, you know, when you buy a season pass and you don't read the fine print, in that fine print that's always been there is you can't do that. So what they started doing was they started hitting the people that they caught doing this, and they're revoking the season passes, suspending them for like a year, whatever, and then you know, so there's some stuff going on. And the funny thing, the thing that I laugh about this, the whole thing about this whole thing is the people that are getting their passes suspended or revoked or whatever, they're getting pissed. They're like, "Oh, Disney, you broke the rule. It was there, black and white, right there, right in your face." So I don't get why. I mean, I know why they did. They wanted to make money. And then they got caught, and now they're like, don't do something stupid. Don't get caught. You know? Don't get caught, and then you won't have your season pass revoked. That's common sense. Oh, I need to eat one of these Sour Patch things. My throat. My drink's not helping. It's not working. My throat's all like itchy, scratchy show. I hate it. So, that's Disney. All right, so you know how they're trying to revive Ghost Town in the Sky? Project looks to be dead again. But this time, it's a really crazy situation. I was reading that article today, and I was like, what the hell? I don't know how many people have seen the article and read about Ghost Town in the Sky. But, basically, it's the park that keeps dying. We all know that. Says the latest attempt to reinvigorate the aging Ghost Town amusement park in Maggie Valley has hit yet another major stumbling block. As one of the central figures in the efforts to restore the park has left the project amid accusations of fraud and failure to pay. Lamar Berry, one of the three principals in an LLC created to purchase the park from Ghost Town owner Alaska Presley, left town for parts unknown on December 4th after one of the partners in the project began to press him for timeline for the millions of dollars in investments he promised would serve as the engine driving the project forward. Evidently, they had a thing set up too where to help the cost that they would, pay for a lot of the expenses themselves, like hotels, food, and stuff, instead of having the company pay for it. Well, this dude evidently was staying at a motel, like an inn, and racked up a $3,300 bill. Bailed out on that, went in somebody's basement. I mean, you got to go through the article. The article goes on for a little bit. So basically, the long and short of it, it looks like it's dead. And it says, when we started questioning him on sources of funding, he quit coming to the office, said Alan Alsbrooks, and the financial director for the new Ghost Town project before it was scuttled. Plus defrauding a motel for $3,300. Finance is not getting paid for the project at the moment. And now it seems like it's dead in the water. So I think it's a lost cause. Yeah, you could just buy the merchandise without using the past discount and keep reselling it all you want. There was something that popped up. Speaking of that, Lindsay, you're saying, I wonder if Six Flags would buy Leech Gardens, considering that they would be rebuilding it, and they have no interest in that. One, it depends when this is going to happen. Two, Six Flags, and like financial reports and stuff like that, said that they plan to buy a lot of smaller parks, expand in water parks and expand. So that's what they're going to do. They're just going to keep buying parks up that they can, obviously that they can afford, and get the small ones probably that has land to expand, and then just keep building it, build the brand. I mean, in the end, it helps us, but they better really be like analyzing everything that they do, because I don't want this to become like it did back when Six Flags started snatching up all these parks and then go bankrupt. That is what I don't want. I enjoy going to Six Flags. I know there's a lot of haters out there, but I like Six Flags. The hell with you if you don't like them. I do. And that's all that matters, because that I do. So, we'll see what happens on the block when they decide that Six Flags a park, and hopefully that they're really smart with it. They seem to be doing okay. So far, the things that they keep doing seem to be doing all right. They could be doing better. I mean, they need to here's one thing, my gripe about Six Flags. Here's my gripe with Six Flags. There is so much potential. I think I'll make a video about this so I can go like on a long tangent of a thing like how Six Flags can fix itself. There's potential for them. What is it? 400 million people in the United States, whatever it is, 300 million, say, give or take. All they have to do, one, is kind of really keep up on the upkeep of the park. Some of the stuff in some of the parks look like crap. You got to like repaint, fix things, make things look nice. You can't have abandoned things, you know what I'm saying? And they can expand. Now, the other thing is they need to cut the crap with what I would call cookie cutter rides, clones, and just attractions that nobody really gives a crap about. You would think that they would really do some research on rides. I know, like, you can't really go, what is that, Skyline attractions with the newer versions of the Fireballs there, with Sky Warps and stuff. That's an unproven thing, the new rides. But if you look at, like, I think they really fail with the Fireballs, because by calling it a coaster, even though the manufacturer calls it a coaster, it's not a coaster. It's a stupid carnival ride. Period. It's a carnival ride. I think most of us can agree on that. The other problem I have is continuously, and we've talked about this a million times, continuously putting the same stupid ride or the same ride in every park. You know what I'm saying? Every park doesn't need a fireball. Every park doesn't need a skyscraper. Every park doesn't need a, and I know you're very limited with flats. I get that. And that's another topic for another day that I've beaten that horse to death with the lack of innovation on flat rides. That's another problem that there is. And I think Six Flags could do themselves the due diligence to, I'm telling you, somebody needs to say something. I need to start contacting all the manufacturers, damn it. Something. Go back and look at all the classic designs that a lot of these parks that are still in existence have. Right? Why not update them, make them a little bit different? You know, like Chance did it with the, we would call them the rock and roll, or the looper, like at Knoebels. You know, they had their new one, and they had the Unicoaster. That's what that is. The first incarnation of the Unicoaster is that. Instead of being in the circular seat thing, cage, and yeah. Yeah, that is kind of crazy that the Fireball is one of the best rides. But then again, the Great Escape doesn't really have much. I mean, they're fit for their market, and I get that, and by all means, that's fine. But what they should be doing is looking at the market that your park is in and your demographic and put attractions based on that. I don't think they're doing that. I think they're just going, it's like they're going to the Costco of amusement park rides and going, yeah, I'm going to buy 6 of these and 10 of those and 5 of these. And what kind of deal can you get me? It's all because they want to put an attraction in every park every year. So that comes with a cost. I think they need to up their invest. Instead of keep buying the stock back all the time, why don't they invest in the parks? Make sure the maintenance budgets are good. Making sure you're never going to see however many parks they own get $20 million roller coasters in a year. That's not going to happen. But it should be on a rotation. Like say one year, Magic Mountain, one of the Texas parks, Six Flags New England, and maybe St. Louis get a roller coaster. Then the next year, do another 3 or 4. And I'm not saying a $20 million coaster. I'm just saying something. Yeah, I think they should be trying out with new flats. And I know it's tough with new flats because of the fact parks are very scared to add flats that have a lot of motors in their rides. They're not willing to just jump right into it because when they go, those motors are not cheap. And if you have all of them go at one time or a couple of them go or even one, that eats up quite a bit of your maintenance budget, and they hate that. So, they need to try to find. They just need to make updated rides, and then they need to look at, okay, what kind of flats, even old school flats that they make brand new, or do like what Cedar Fair did and just go romping around the world looking for old rides and just bring them in. But Six Flags, if they can keep up with their maintenance, if they can keep up like their appearances on the buildings, and I know a lot of the Six Flags have been doing that. They've been painting and fixing and doing things to make the parks look good and adding attractions, but they need to really take a deep look into what they are putting in, because it is. Sometimes I look, like when they released the funny announcement videos, then you look at what they're at and you're like, what? Yeah, I'm tired of the same old, just like everybody else. All right. I know most people are probably never going to get to this park, but I'm going to talk about it because it's kind of interesting. I don't know how many if people have followed this story. There's a park that's getting ready to open in Malaysia called Fox World. It's 21st Century Fox. And there's like tons of theming done to it and everything. And Disney and Fox are throwing down the gauntlet. There's a contract, but they're saying you got to have the park open by this such and such date or forget it. because that merger is supposed to go through sometime in January, finalized. So, the guy that's doing the theme park is suing Disney for $1 billion because of this, but not only is it crazy between the Disney Fox stuff throwing the gauntlet at him, two more parks have come into the fold that they've started early talks with. One is Universal, and when I dove into the article, I forgot the name of the management company for Universal out in like Asia or something. Could be Japan or whatever, Singapore, something, wherever the hell that is. In any case, this is the people that are managing the Fox world. So they could be a contender. Now, the problem is stuff's like crazy themed already. You can, if you go online, you can see the pictures of all the stuff that's already been done. And that's where the scariness kind of comes into it, because if the gauntlet drops and they have to retheme everything so they don't lose their ass on this thing, they're going to have to spend some money, one, to take all the IP signs and anything to do with whatever the ride is. And Universal's not going to let them go cheap if they get involved with that. So Six Flags is another contender in this. So they've been talking with Six Flags and they've been talking with Universal. I don't know who comes out on top to win this one and what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. But I mean, some of the stuff that I've seen, like the concept work and stuff for the rides, they're using 21st Century Fox IPs, and the park's looking pretty fantastic. Again, I hate that all these parks are like spending money everywhere else and not here, and I get it because the amount of people in the United States versus other countries is obviously is tiny in comparison to somewhere in Asia or India or Dubai and stuff like that. People, but I think I always say it, if you build it, they will come. If you build something amazing, don't expect 1 million people to jump in your gates the first year. You never expect that. Aim small and just try to make it through so you don't go out of business. And just be smart about what you're doing. Price it right, get the people in the door, and make sure you promote the crap out of it, and it'll work. And again, I like to thank this generation for ruining everything by making sure everything's an IP, and if it's not, you don't want to hear about it. Where am I in all this? I did that. All right, so we got Walt Disney World buying land, and then we got what was the other thing? Oh, we got the Harry Potter thing, and then I'm going to go with this one, and then we'll go to those two. So everybody knows I keep talking about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's getting closer and closer to opening. Well, for those that would like to see a sneak peek of it, if you watch the Disney Parks Magical Christmas Parade on Christmas Day, that starts at 10 a.m., they're going to be showing sneak peeks of the rides. Yep, so, of the land and all that, they're going to give you a sneak peek of stuff. So that's airing during the Christmas Parade. So if you want to see some Star Wars Galaxy Edge stuff, I would definitely check that out. I don't know if I'll be watching that. I haven't watched the Disney Christmas Parade in so long. I don't know. Maybe I need to start doing that. I don't know. Maybe. All right, so let's get the Disney World land purchase out of the way, because I think the Harry Potter motorbike coaster thing is a little bit more, and I have a picture to show you too. So let's do this. So Walt Disney World bought 965 acres of ranch land in Osceola, Florida. They have no appropriation of what the land's going to be. I heard something about like water management, waste management kind of stuff. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Now, there are some sneaking suspicions that Disney did this for two reasons. There could be more reasons, but there's two off the top of my head. And they both have to do with Universal. One, so Universal couldn't buy it and, start trekking that way to put something in that vicinity. Two, I think they bought it to make Disney World bigger because I think at some point they're going to open another land. They're going to have to do that to take the sale, the wind out of the sails of Universal when they start opening. And I'm sure that this is already plans beyond plans of different themes of a park they want to build. There's probably already concept work. And there's probably already been stuff, because if you've looked over the last 20, 30 years, all the patents that they've designed and then improved on, there's no telling what they could do. So I have no idea what this land is going to be used for. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, let's open up to the floor. Let's make this like a wish list. What would you guys? Well, one, what do you guys think? Leave me a comment here. What do you guys think they bought the land for? And two, no matter what you think, what would you like them to... What's the wish list of things at Disney World that you would want? Whether it is a new park, new water park, new something. Me, personally, I know it can't happen not anytime soon. I would love to see them open like a Marvel-themed park. That's it. It's just Marvel. The whole kit and caboodle is all Marvel. I know they can't because of that stupid contract. Which is weird. I don't know why, but it's weird. But I would like to see that. If not, I've seen people talk about a Disney Villains park. And that would be cool. Beastly Kingdom basically became Animal Kingdom. Beastly Kingdom would be cool, and I agree with that. The artwork that we've seen about Beastly Kingdom, imagine if they made Beastly Kingdom its own park instead of just what Animal Kingdom became. Because basically where Avatar Land is, I think was supposed to be... Would you rather see a third water park, a fifth gate, or another attraction, Disney Springs, ESPN? Honestly, I would rather see a fifth gate. Let's be honest. I mean, a third water park would be cool, but honestly, I would rather see a fifth gate so you can start spreading the people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have Animal Kingdom, and I like Animal Kingdom. It needs a lot of work, and I know they're working on that. I love Epcot for certain things, not... And it kind of it's getting stale, and I'm glad that they're changing things because you're gonna get Guardians of the Galaxy. Unfortunately, the golf ball is gonna close for like 2 years. You're gonna be getting the Ratatouille ride in France. There's a rumor of Mary Poppins ride going into England. There's a rumored new country. There's a rumor about the ride in Mexico, the three whatever Calibre, whatever the hell you say it. And themed to Coco. There are rumors going around. There's rumors going around for a Mulan attraction in China, Japan, whatever. There's, they updated the Norway ride to Frozen. I mean, if you think about most of those countries, they have movies that have like theme to them country. You know what I mean? Like they take place. Like you could get the Aristocrats. Not most kids today probably don't know what the hell that is, the old Disney cartoon. But there's a lot of stuff they can do. And I'm hoping that, I heard Nemo might be getting a whole refurbishment too. I think that's getting redone. Damn, my throat's a mess tonight. It doesn't hurt, it's just making me cough. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Disney's busy. Hollywood's... the only park that seems pretty solid is Magic Kingdom. I mean, right now, Hollywood Studios, that's being expanded upon between Star Wars Land. They're going to add toys. They added Toy Story Land. There's rumors floating around that Indiana Jones area might open there, or it might open in Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom really needs some major love. I mean, Avatar was definitely a step in the right direction, but there's still not enough attractions to do. You know what I mean? Like, they still need more attractions. I mean, it's all about animals and Animal Kingdom. You got your safari, you got Avatar. I feel like that Bugs Life ride, show thing is on its way out. It's just dated. I love it. I don't know about many other people. I love it. I would never want to see it go, but it's not really that popular. Plus, it eats up the crowd. You got Expedition Everest. You have Dinosaur. You have the 2 spinning mouse coasters. You got the Spinny Kid dinosaur ride there. I think that's... you got the raft ride. You got the 2 rides in Avatar. And you got some shows like Nemo and stuff like that. But I think Animal Kingdom needs to expand. Epcot definitely needs like a major rehab all around. And, once Star Wars Land opens up, Hollywood Studios is going to be pretty solid again. But Hollywood Studios still needs to expand. They need to do something. Hollywood Studios is getting the Mickey mini ride and stuff like that. So it's just definitely going to be one of those interesting things to see how Disney World evolves. Now, Lindsay, let me ask you this. What would you rather see? Either the water park Fifth Gate or an attraction. Or the attractions like Disney Spring stuff. I mean, they should expand and update the current one. And they're always doing that. I mean, look at Magic Kingdom. They're getting Tron. And then... I wonder if they can do a ride to expand on the lore of the tree they have been working on. Are you talking about the Tree of Life? Is that what you're talking about? Like put a ride somewhere around there or something? I mean, you could... Here's the problem with this, with that Tree of Life. The way that it's situated, the way it's positioned, you would have to do a lot of work around that area to put a ride. You can't put a ride in there. That where that show is too small for a ride. You can't. That's not even big enough for one of their show buildings, to be honest. What they can do, and I'd have to look at a map, is behind the Tree of Life. If you're looking at it from, when you're walking in, there's water behind there, I believe. Now, if they have to keep that water there, you could make a boat ride. I know they had some kind of boat ride back in the day, but you could kind of you could like dig down into it and cover some of it in and make like an indoor-outdoor kind of boat ride. That could work. If they were going to have... See, that tree is kind of like Cinderella's castle. Like, if you look at all the parks have something. Like, right when you walk in the park, that signifies you're at that park. So, Magic Kingdom has Cinderella's castle. Epcot's got the golf ball. Animal Kingdom's got the Tree of Life. Hollywood Studios has basically the Chinese Theater is really the icon, which is now going to be the Mickey mini ride. They had the Sorcerer's Hat forever there. So, it's gonna be tricky if they try to do something, because in order to do something, you have to take the Tree of Life down and redo the whole thing, and then build a building or make the tree like really giant. I don't know what could be done. It's tough. I mean, I don't know what they can and can't do just because of things going on over there. I really don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see. Yeah, that would be cool. A water park with a Netherland theme would be an interesting concept. That would actually be cool. I actually dig that. I mean, because they got the Typhoon Lagoon. They got the ski resort one. I can never think of the name of that one. I've never been to that ski resort one there. Looking one. The problem is how... Yeah, Tower of Terror. Yeah, that's got to be the studio's icon. Because by the looks of it, right now they're not going to retheme that. But I wouldn't hold my breath on them keeping it the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I think over time, you watch. I'm getting this hat's making my head itchy. I think over time, you watch it get rethemed. Not that I want to. I love Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I love that ride. It's one of my favorite rides in all of Walt Disney World. It's not my favorite, but it's probably a top fiver, in my opinion. There you go, Blizzard Beach. For some reason, I can never think of that. And speaking of that, has anybody played mini golf at Disney of one of the two mini golf courses? I've done both. I did the winter summer one, where it's like it snowed on the beach. It's over by Blizzard Beach. And then I did the Fantasia one. They're really cool. If you like mini golf and you got time, definitely check out the mini golf at Disney, because it's pretty cool. I know me, Luco, and the kids and everybody, we did Fantasia, but the first time I took the kids to Disney, we did the other one back in 2009. I mean, I don't know how many. I know people like, oh, I want to go to the parks, or I want to go to the water park, or I want to go to Disney Springs. Mini golf at Disney is really cool. It's one of those like cool things that you miss out on. Like, a lot of people don't even know they have mini golf. And I know it's not like a heavily promoted, heavily whatever, but they're really cool. Because like the Fantasia one has like the different, different thematic elements from Fantasia. And then the mini golf course is like set up like Christmas on a beach kind of thing. You got characters popping out of presents and Santa with a trailer and all kinds of cool. It's cool. If you've never done the mini golf in Walt Disney World, try one out. Because I know the summer winter one there, they have two courses, one summer, one winter. They're fun. I had a lot of fun. It was one of my favorite mini golf courses. I still have yet to do the one at Universal. I keep saying I want to do it, and I never, ever, ever, ever have time to do it. I think I need to start making time to do it, because it's so cool the way that they have it set up with the themes and stuff. So awesome. All right, so let's get into the Harry Potter coaster. The train is on the track. I'm going to pull up the picture. I forgot. Someone on Twitter had it, and I saw it on something. I wish I could give credit. I can't remember who the hell it's from, but it might be in the picture. I don't know. It might not. I don't know. I want to pull up the picture, but it has a microphone attached to it. All right. So if you look, you can't see what I'm doing, but if you look down, you can see on the track, they're covered with white plastic. So this is like the current state of construction going on with the coaster. Now, I know a lot of information hasn't been announced. Universal just said, hey, a new Harry Potter ride is coming for for 2019. So they're this far along, and the rumor behind this. So I wish you could see the mouse move if I had screen capture on or something. But there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's either 7 riders or 14, depending upon. But I guess it's supposed to be themed to Hagrid's motorbike inside Harry Potter. That's it. Buy or reconstruct. That's what it is. So yeah, buy or reconstruct on Twitter did they do professional aerial photography, and they flew over and they got the pictures and they posted it. So as I said a million times, and I know I'll say it a million more, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I could care less about the movies or the books. But this ride actually has me a little excited. I don't know too much about... I know who Hagrid is from the couple movies I've seen. Oh, excuse me. But it reminds me of like the... Mom, I'm playing Minecraft. It reminds me of the SeaWorld launch coaster thing that they had going on. And at Fiesta, Texas, Sea Rescue. So I don't know how intense this ride is going to be. I don't know how they're going to market it. From what I do know from talking to workers at Universal and what I've been told and stuff I said on the show, there's supposed to be like 5 or 6 launches, a drop track section in it. And, I've seen so many pictures of like where people suspect the building, because this thing goes in and out. And obviously, let me go back to the picture real quick. If you're looking at the picture, you can see, they're doing work on the building. Well, if you're looking, potentially some of that area is going to be filled in with water, and potentially a lot of it's going to be filled in with, they're planting trees. You can't see any trees. I mean, see the green wall in the bottom left corner. You can see, what. See, I'm so unfamiliar with the movies. I don't know what this building's supposed to look like. I don't know nothing about it. So I'm sure it's going to look beautiful. I know nothing about it. I'm sure it's going to be really popular. I can imagine they have like 15 million trains for it. And, yeah. Oof. So, I honestly can't wait to see when it's done. And, of course, I'm going to ride it when it opens. Well, not right when it opens, but sometime after it opens. I think they're trying to shoot for a summertime opening. Because, they want to get this thing open before Star Wars comes and wipes out their attendance. Because we know what's going to happen. Star Wars, put it this way, Star Wars is more hyped up, and it's probably going to disappoint a lot of people because of how much hype there is to it. It's more hyped up than anything that Universal's built with Harry Potter. Like, the only time people are talking about it is when somebody's taking a picture and showing you what's going on with construction and stuff. But major media stuff isn't picking up the stories. It's only people like me and people that are like really into this whole theme park thing that are picking up on the Harry Potter thing. The Star Wars land is one of those, it's like an event. It's like how the movies used to be until Disney bought them and put them out every other year. Star Wars movies were always an event. They weren't just like going to a movie to see a movie. It was an event. It made it feel like an event. It was a big movie. Everybody loves them, so on and so forth. So when the story broke when Disney put out the picture of the Millennium Falcon, that got picked up by everything, everywhere. Like anything that touched the surface of stuff, movies, comic channels, movie bloggers. Gentlemen, good evening. Always a pleasure. Rock and roll. What's up, Eli? So, again, I feel this is going to be an event. Like last week when we talked about the potential for 8 to 10 hours just to get in the park and then hours to wait in line to ride the stupid thing. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I can't wait. But I'm waiting for the excitement and everything to die down. And eventually I will go to it, and eventually I will ride it. But I'm not going right away. Hell with that. You're an idiot if you do. Trust me. There's no reason to go down right away. I mean, unless you're doing a media event, don't even bother. Like, why are you going to spend all that money to go to Disney and wait all that time to get in the park and then wait all that time to ride the stupid rides? Well, they're not stupid rides, but you know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? I'm not waiting 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, whatever, 20 hours to ride a stupid ride. It ain't happening, buddy. Is not happening. I'll watch when I start seeing the what do you call it? The wait times start dropping and dropping over time. maybe a year or two after it opens. I just really just don't want to wait in a long line. I just don't. I don't. So yeah, that's all the news. I mean, we finally broke through all the news. That's great. All right, so the next tidbit is 2 upcoming ACE events. One's coming up in February. It was announced today. The Great Nor'easter event in the New England region is going to be held at the Elks Lodge in Salem, New Hampshire. More details are going to be coming with the flyer, and it's just kind of weird that no parks are hosting it. I've heard some kind of weird rumors about why Six Flags doesn't. I heard something about the town telling them they can't. I honestly think it's a BS story. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's a BS story. And I'm not knocking Six Flags for it. I can understand the motivation of not wanting to do it. So think about it this way. Any park that does it makes $0 on this event, makes nothing. It's like a donation, right? So any food they provide, that's on the park, to help the event out. To open that, use electricity when they're not really doing anything. That's on them. To have any workers there, they got to pay them. They don't want to pay. Workers that they don't have to be there. So I feel because they're not making money or charging money to do the event, now it's probably most likely going to be held at like an Elks Lodge or a place that can hold enough people to, it's tough in the off season to do these kind of events because, the park's not open. So a lot of people are like, why aren't they doing it? Media and pass holders for the first few months. Next Christmas season's going to be insane. Yeah. Which is fine because my tradition now is going to just go to like Mickey's Christmas party every year. I think that's going to be my new tradition. And the reason why I say that is, was it SF's year? Who's paying for what? What am I missing? Oh, never mind. This my brain. I'm jumping. I got scatterbrain. Never mind. I figured that out. Well, actually, last year was supposed to be Six Flags year, but Lake Compounds did it twice in a row. This is how the event works. There's a $5 donation to get in. You don't necessarily have to pay the $5, but I pay the $5 just because the money goes to ACE. The money doesn't go to the park. Nothing. So I don't know what deal they have worked out with the Elks Lodge. I don't know what the event is going to cost. But it was always $5 to do the event, and all the proceeds complete went to ACE to whatever fund. So, and all the parks donated prizes. They donated food. Sometimes, depending on the park and what was going on, they would do tours. And, so on and so forth. And maybe when Six Flags has something big coming, maybe they'll do it. This year's Great Nor'easter, they had Harley Quinn go in. That's not for the American coaster enthusiast crowd. It's not a coaster. This year they got Cyborg coming in. It's not a coaster. So, like the last time they did it is when Wicked Cyclone opened. If I remember correctly. So instead of doing it at Lake Compounds again, they're going to do it at the Elks Lodge in Salem. Now, I don't know if somebody cut a deal with them. I don't know if we're going to be paying a lot of money for Nor'easter, like $20, $10. I don't know what the cost is to ACE for that. I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that question. We'll find out when the flyer comes out. Should be coming out. They're just finalizing some details, and then we'll get that. So just mark it on your calendar. They have a date, February 16th, which is 5 days after my birthday, which is cool. Cool, man, cool. So you have that. So the next event that for the New England region that has been announced is Ace Day at the Lake Compounds, and that is August 10th. Obviously, there's no flyer for that yet. That'll come when it comes. But you can mark your calendar for what do you call it? For when it's going to happen. I mean, everybody knows I like going to the Lake Compounds event. One, because the food is amazing, and Jerry does a great job with the event, with the ERT and all that. Does an excellent job, and I never have a complaint about the Lake Compounds event. I mean, this year when we did it, I had the best rides ever in my life on Boulder Dash, and I had rides on Wildcat. That was open. Yeah, that was open. We were riding Phobia. Wait, flyer is out? I'm missing the flyer? The flyer for what is out? What did I miss? Oh, what didn't Devin do? I'll read that email later. No, it's just a teacher giving an update. In case your child has not yet informed you, we have transitioned to a more traditional classroom setting for the last few weeks of the semester before midterms exams begin. I chose to do this because the midterm exams must be taken at a designated time to be consistent with the Burrillville High School schedule. This means that all students must be through their first semester material by then. A few weeks of traditional pace instruction is the only way that I can ensure that they have all been exposed to the required material by that time. Because the students have a week off and may have thought the midterm is back of their minds, I'm attaching the 2019 Geometry Midterm Review. This is not an assignment that is required over break. However, if your student would like to relieve some of the stress of the midterms next month, they may want to begin looking at the past topics, creating vocabulary flashcards. Lugo should be reading this. With his accent, it would be funny. The first 2 units were very heavy with vocabulary, and not all has been revisited recently. Yeah, I don't give a crap. I'll just tell Devin to look at it. Wait, let me look at the stupid thing. Yeah, I don't know why I just read you that email. I think I just thought it would be funny and stupid, and it was. Oh, crap. All right. Oh, I didn't even see it. What a poop head I am. All right, so I'm just going to read it to you. That's awesome. This is awesome. I can read you the flyer. There's already a flyer. Holy crap. This is the earliest I've ever had a flyer. This is nuts. Usually we're bugging Russ for a flyer. This is awesome. Anyway, so you're going to get ERT from 11 to noon on Sawmill Plunge. Then from 5 to 7:30, all you can eat picnic, dinner feast, announcements, door prizes, auction items, group photo, and then 10 to 11 ERT on Boulder Dash, Wildcat, Phobia, Fear Coaster. Exact time depends on crowds. And this is advanced rail. What's the cost? All right, so if you're a member without a season pass, it is $45. If you are a Ace member with the season pass, the event is $24. Then it has an asterisk. It says, we are unable to prorate the registration fee for seasonal meal pass holders. Guests without a pass, $55. Guests with a season pass, $34. Now, look, this is the menu. You know what? Let's make everybody's mouth water, because I ate a little bit of dinner. I had like a little bit of leftover chicken and mashed potatoes from last night, but I'm hungry. So, and it says, registration online by 11:59 p.m. on July 30th. No surcharge applies. Anyway, so grilled chicken with barbecue sauce, barbecue pork ribs, char-broiled hamburgers, veggie burgers, grilled hot dogs, macaroni and cheese, Italian sausage and peppers. Taco bar includes taco meat, refried beans, shredded lettuce, diced onions, diced tomatoes, sour cream, shredded cheese. Corn on the cob, classic meat chili, potato bar, garnished with butter and sour cream, bacon bits, chives, and shredded cheese. Oh, I'm hungry now. Hell with this show. I'm going to eat. Salad bar. Create your own salad. Variety of toppings. New England style baked beans, pasta salad, chill fruit salad. You're going to have condiments of ketchup, mustard, sweet relish, mayonnaise, pickled chips, shredded lettuce, sliced tomatoes, and sliced onions, selections of ice cream, novelties, fountain drinks, and regular coffees. No refunds, no rain checks, no exchanges, and no whining. That's what you get for the price. And it's always, free parking after the refund, too. Hey, Monkey Master. And just so you know, speaking of Monkey Master, tomorrow is his 14th birthday. So tomorrow, Monkey Master named Jeremy turns 14 tomorrow. And while I'm talking about that, I am not going to tell his birthday surprise. And Luco, if you told him or tell him, I will slice your throat. I'm telling you, don't ruin it. Anyway, the only thing that I have told Jeremy, and I told him this on Monday, was I'm picking him up at school. Then we're going to, I told him today we're going to pick up Uncle Brandon, my brother. We're going to the airport. Luco is going to meet us. And we're going somewhere. He doesn't know where. He doesn't know anything. And he may figure it out. He may not. We'll let that decide for himself. I mean, Luco knows what we're doing. I know what we're doing. And my brother knows what we're doing. Nobody else knows anything. So, we will dive into that next week. I'll let everybody know. I don't want to say it because obviously he's here and he what time what? What time what, Jeremy? All you got to do is I am going to pick you up when school gets out. What time does school get out? 2:05, 2:10? Whatever time school gets out? 2 o'clock? What time does school get out? I never really pick you up, so I don't even know. You always take the bus. I'm going to be at your school at that time. I'm going to park like I did, last week or whatever, when I had to pick you up. Or 2 weeks ago or whatever. And we're driving straight to Uncle Brandon's place. And then and he lives like a few minutes away from the airport. And then we're going to the airport. And then we're flying away. Yes, I'm picking me up at school. What time does school get out? Because that's the time I will be at your school waiting for you. And, all right, so I will be at the school before 2:05 waiting for you. And don't dilly-dally. You get out. You get in the car because we don't have much time. Flight's at 5:05 or something. Yeah, I'll text you when I get there, Luco. And, it's going to be one of those, it's crazy. It was like, when I talked to my brother Brandon about this, and I was like, see, here's the problem. Jeremy's birthday. Yeah, Luco gets there as long as his flight's on time. I don't know how the flights are going to be tomorrow because here we're getting like 1 to 3 inches of rain. It's going to start tonight. I don't know when the rain stops. It could mess with the flights tomorrow. Probably not, but who knows. But, see, here's the problem. Jeremy gets screwed because his birthday is December 21st, so close to Christmas, right? So, Devin always made out. Hi, Muffins. Devin always made out for his birthday. Devin had his birthday twice at Disney. Like, he was in Disney on his birthday 2 different times. Jeremy's never got to go do something cool. He's never gone without. I've never been the parent that goes, "Happy birthday, Merry Christmas." I've never done that. You know what I'm saying? So, I was never that. I didn't want him to become a product of, you get one present for 2 things. I've never done that, and I never will. So while he's not physically getting handed a gift, he's getting handed something that's much better than that. And again, we will be talking about it next week. And I find it amazing what it is. It's going to be one of those cool experiences. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go any further detail because I may slip what it is, so I'm just not going to. But we're doing that tomorrow. We're bailing out and we're going. Yeah, I can imagine. It's just supposed to be like really windy, like 50, 60 mile an hour winds. I'm gonna check the weather report right now while I'm talking. Oh, excuse me. And while I'm waiting for the app to fire up. So let me give you the Fairtown update. For the people, actually, a lot of people have been messaging me, like on Facebook and Twitter and on the comments and in different videos asking about Fairtown. When's it coming? Blah 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 blah. And I talked about this before. It's a huge process. It's way bigger project than this is probably the biggest project that I've ever taken on, like that I've ever put together. This is a huge project. Like it's ridiculous. No, I mean not in a bad way. You could have just done an escape room. When I tell you guys next week what we did, you'll understand why. Because it's cool. I think it is. You guys might be like, you guys are stupid. You'll understand when I talk about it next week. And then you're like, oh, you're either gonna be like, that's stupid or that's really awesome. Put it that way. But anyway, so as of right now, I'll tell you where I am in editing, Luco, and then you can figure out where in the haunt we are. Right now, about 40 minutes. Like everything is like set up like different cuts from different angles from different cameras. So what I did was, I didn't want to put it like just my camera, like just following me, because those that I don't know how much I told you about the Fairtown experience or how many of you watched the review I did on the haunt, but there was 14 of us that went through Fairtown. And actually, when I talked to the owner, the haunt's really designed, and most haunts are too, really for like 5 or 6 people to go in a group at a time. They can do more if you got a big group, but they prefer like 5 or 6 people in a group. We had more than that, way more than that. If you want to say like 5 people in a group, we had 3 times. We had three times the 3 times the amount. So, but they split us all up. There was 8 cameras rolling. I know for a fact at least 2 or 3 of them, I can't use the total footage on it. Some pieces I can, not all of it, because of regular GoPros don't have night vision. They just don't, unfortunately. Beyond that, I've been using the camera my brother had, I had, Luco had, Jessica had, Danielle had. So there's 5. Yeah, so there was 5 legit cameras that have used footage, and it's literally like there's like so many different awesome angles from where people were. Some people are over here, some people are over here, some people are right here. So we're getting all different, forward, back, and side looks, and it's just cutting around. But what I did was, because I didn't put everybody's bag over the head thing, I didn't play the full thing out, getting them to the next section. I didn't want to drag it out. And how many, there wasn't always something awesome going on with everybody. You could tell it's somebody different because of the way I did it. Because like Luco went first, and then Judy went next, and then Danielle, and then Jimmy, and then me, and then everybody else. So you can have it like, you'd have to see it. It's like it shows Luco going for a little bit, and it goes back to where we were, things going on, and then it shows Danielle going a little bit, and then it goes back to where we are. So you're always getting, it's always going back and forth, and I like certain areas that I've already gone through and showed a long sequence of. I didn't show the full long sequence of that because why do you want to see it twice? I left all the good stuff in it. I left all the meat and potatoes. You're still going to see the slow parts. You're still going to see all the action from everybody. It was just trying to not make this a 2-hour movie. And even after I lay it all out, it could be a 2-hour movie. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be a 2-hour video. People are going to get bored with it. Even at an hour and 15 minutes long, and I know it's going to be an hour and change, and I got to cut it. No. And the only reason why not is because there was 3 groups, And the only person that wasn't covered, actually, if you want to consider my father the strag-along, and a lot of times the fourth group or whatever, then there would be like 4 or 5 groups. Because my father fell behind so much that, like, people were like, are you lost? Are you with the people with the cameras? And he didn't have I didn't put a camera on him. I just thought he was going to be with us. I should have put a camera on him because he said he had the best time of his life and so much stuff was happening. He was saying, like, somebody would find him, and then my father did this on purpose. He acted lost and stupid so that the actor would go get more of his actor buddies and they would mess with him. So he had more. He had more people than like we would. Because there's, as everybody's going through, there's actors that are done with their thing. So now they're going to mess with my father. So he's getting so much more. And I should have had him wear a camera. I'm an idiot. Idiot. I am. But, hey, you live and learn. But we're going to keep filming it every year. So it'll be different. And I think next year what I'm going to do is split the groups and then just do separate videos for the groups and put like a few cameras in each group and just do like, hey, this person's point of view. Now, if you want to go see something the same but different, go watch this different version. Go watch that different version. But, there were times that we all met up together and then separated again, and it was crazy. So, yeah, it's basically where I ended last night, editing-wise, was we got out of the little teapot room. So I don't know if you remember that, Luco. That's where I'm at. You still got the crazy monster that was, like, messing with you. And then you got, the Christmas room. You got that other... What is it? That room, the weird thing with like the rabbits or whatever, and then you had the birth room, you had the possession room, you had the chaos still after that. So there's still a little ways to go. And I know after it's all laid out, I'm going to have to do more cuts. I'm just laying it out. But everything up to this point is like slam dunk. If I wanted to hit produce on the program, I could and put it out up to that point. Which isn't good because you need the rest of the thing. So I'm sure I'm going to have to cut it down some more. Like some of the footage is going to have to get cut down. I think. I'll see what happens. And I think what I'm going to do is everybody that was there before I do a preview party, I think I'm going to have a preview party. I think I'm going to get like Luco and Danielle and Jimmy and the Sales and my dad and my brother and his girlfriend and the kids and Jessica and everybody and watch whatever I consider at that moment, like the final video, and then everybody take notes, like watch it, pay attention and write notes, say, hey, get rid of this, keep this, do that, you know what I mean? Like, I need notes, probably. I didn't want to show everybody but I think, unfortunately, that's going to have to be the process because this is such a crazy project. And I know a bunch of the actors from Fairtown want to come up to when we do the official viewing party. There was a guy, there was after the rape van scene, what I call, the child, the candy van. There was a clown area, and one of the clowns, there was one named Chuckles and one was named Giggles. And you can even hear me in the video go, hey, I'm Giggles. And the one that was Giggles, the clown, has been messaging me on some of the videos going, hey, when is it? I want to see it. I can't wait to tell Big Boss Man to take me up there. Da, 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 da. So, yeah, the Fairtown thing, it's coming. I know with Christmas... And I'm going to utilize, like, the 2 weeks I'm going to take off of the Grove Show to just, like, crack down and edit. On this, I want to get it done. I don't want to rush it, but it's just taking so long. And, and there's so many videos I'm trying to get done. Because I don't want to go, like, 2 weeks and no videos comes out. People think the channel died. It'll just mess up the algorithm and whatever. The momentum that we got going, I don't want to ruin that. So I'm going to be making a bunch of videos. And in between making these videos... I got so much going on. In between making these videos, we're getting ready to film the first Hornapalooza podcast episode. I got to do a little research on that from when I come back. You know, like once Christmas is over, like the week off of Christmas. You know, well, I'm not taking a week off. I'm still doing a show next week, but next week I'm gonna research like the topics to how to kick off the Hornapalooza podcast. Yeah, the pre show, and to get that going, I already filmed. I don't know how many of you have heard of Loot Crate. I bought Loot Fright, so it's a Halloween themed mystery box. Matter of fact, the stuff's all laying out over there. I filmed a video for it. It's not up. I didn't even upload it to the YouTube page for Hornapalooza. I wanna build a little bit of a catalog of stuff, and I don't know how many episodes. We'll see how the first pre-recorded podcast of that goes. I've sent out emails to a bunch of like haunted house people that make fog machines and props and stuff to see if they need someone to do product testing and reviews and stuff like that. And I'll gladly do it. It's just more content. I'm going to start like working on trying to like go to like these, you know, like the horror actor expos and try to line up interviews and stuff like that for that. And I'm going to have the meeting to dictate what people are going to do. And we're going to be good. Because I can't do it all. I can't do it all. That's why I'm trying to get people to help us at SFNEOnline. And I'm making a new video about that, about how people can help. It's really tough to do it all yourself. I mean, I know AJ does his helps. I know Kyle helps. Brandon Allen helps. Luco helps. But like the aspect of promoting and posting and editing and all the stuff that goes on and talking to people, it wears you down a little bit. Six Flags used to, what do you call it, do concerts. They haven't really done them. You know, they haven't done them in a while. I don't know why, but it's weird. It's like, I get it. Six Flags is a corporate entity, right? It's a corporate company, and they live by the corporate world, the corporate rules. They hold everything close to the chest. They don't want to let any secrets out. They don't want to let any reasons out why. You know, maybe they were losing money on the concerts. I don't know. I mean, even if they would to set the stage back up, you know, for the thing, and say they wanted to charge you $20 to see a concert or something, and you did it in the picnic grove, that's fine. There's nowhere to hold it. Well, no, they always did it in the picnic grove, and they had a stage. It can still be done, because they've been doing it in the picnic grove even after they demolished the Batman stunt building. Yeah, so it's, I mean, I wish they held concerts. You know, it's different. It's, yeah, the climate for concerts is different. I see a lot of you young kids that are watching this really missed out in the heyday of, I mean, like, especially, I mean, I'm sure it was like this across the country, but I can only speak on like New England, just because when I was a kid, I did all the New England parks. So, for example, Lake Compounce, I didn't go to Lake Compounce as a kid. I never even heard of the place until like 2009, 2010. I know, sad. Because of Ace. But like Rocky Point and I know some other parks did it. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Rocky Point in general, right? You literally every single weekend up until like Rocky Point closed, every single Friday and Saturday night was concerts. And I'm not talking like local. I'm talking whatever tour was going through the country was stopping at Rocky Point. Rocky Point, even back in the day, had like Janis Joplin and all them. They had, when I was a kid, they had even the Three Stooges performing when I was a kid. I remember they had Guns N' Roses, Cypress Hill, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't know, don't quote me on Bone Thugs and Harmony. But I know they had Guns N' Roses, they had House of Pain, they had Cypress Hill, they've had so many rock bands. They had stuff every Friday and Saturday night, every weekend when that park was open. And I'm sure I'm sure Canopy Lake did it. I'm sure Lincoln Park did it back in the day. All the parks had concerts every weekend, and they were always packed. It brought people in. People would go for the concerts. They'd pay to get in. You know, they pay to get in the park or whatever, and then you go watch a concert, ride some rides, eat some food. Parks are stupid. I get it. Concerts cost a crap ton of money. Especially today, you're not going to go get like an Eminem or Rihanna or, you're not even getting Lady Gaga anymore. Six Flags New England had Lady Gaga right when she first came out. I missed that concert because it was pouring buckets here. And I was like, the concert's going to be... And they had the concert. I was pissed. But back in the 80s and 90s and 70s and all that, they probably had the Police there. The band. And they had the real Police there. The Police are an awesome band. Awesome. But I mean, they've had all kinds of awesome bands back in the day in the 80s. And I think they even had Vanilla Ice, I think, and MC Hammer at one point. At Rocky Point. Like, it was just awesome. They had rock, rap, country. They had everything. They had everything rolled through every Fridays, every weekend. The parks need to... It's because of you kids. That's what happened. You kids ruined it. I get it. As times change and tastes change and the entertainment change, I get that. And because the music industry kind of like just about folded up on itself and nobody buys music, so now the concert tickets are ridiculous money. You can't really afford big concerts because it's so much money. And the parks are trying to throw them on for free. They're trying to make that part of the ticket and hoping a bunch of people come so they can make their money to pay for the concert. And that's probably part of the reason why they stopped doing the concerts, because they weren't making much money. I get it. But again, at the same time, there's a way to do this. There's a way for them to be able to get it done. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks. Love her. She's so awesome. She still sounds good, even at 105. Oh, she's awesome. But yeah, they're parks need to get back to this. I mean, all you kids want what's popular, what's in. You don't like really think about it, and if it's the young people of today, the young people have ruined a lot of stuff. Makes me mad, and I get it. You have your taste, you have your things. And I'm not saying all young people, but a lot of young people have changed the way things have gone, the way technology has come. And but I think if the parks are trying to get some good entertainment value, they really need to step it up. Comcast. Are you talking about... Is that the one in Mass there, Mansfield, the one that they used to call Great Woods, the Tweeter Center? Is that what that place is called? BSM, is that what you're talking about? I mean, that place is good. It's kind of weird if you're talking about the same place. I don't know what the hell. Are you talking about the BSM? Are you talking about the place in Mansfield, Mass? Let me look up. Oh, yeah, so it's called Comcast. Back in the day, no, it's off of 495 south, like you're heading towards Cape Cod. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Oh, no, it's called Xfinity Center. That's what it's called, Xfinity Center, Amphitheater in Mansfield, Mass. I've been there when it was called Great Woods. I was there when it was called Tweeter Center. Yeah, I saw 30 Seconds to Mars this year. over there. So yeah, that's a weird venue because it like, and they've changed it, and I think it opened up this year or last year, where the grass seats they put like seating. It used to just be grass, and they had like stands in the back. That's how I remember it. And I remember when I'm like, they changed this joint, but it's got like a roof, like they got the stage, and there's a roof over it, and a roof over a bunch of the the seats, and then it's open area like where the grass is, and they got, it's like going to a sports game with them seats, like the regular seats. I mean, it's a big place. It's a cool place. I've seen Bare Naked Ladies there. I've seen Cypress Hill. I've seen George Clinton in the Funk Parliament. I saw Three Doors Down. I've seen Creed there. Another awesome place, and I've played at this place before, is the Worcester Palladium is great. I played at the Old Lupo's in downtown Providence. New England, Six Flags New England is near the Connecticut-Mass line. There's a lot of cool places to go to see shows and perform in them. I was talking to one of my employees today, and I was reminiscent about the old Dr. Giggles days of all the cool shows that I've done. Because matter of fact, when you're on break or you just chilling, talking, and somehow that got brought up about me rapping or whatever. My father might have said something, I don't remember. So then, like, he was talking to his buddies that live in New Hampshire. In Mass somewhere, New Hampshire, Mass line. And he was like, "Oh, you guys ever hear of Dr. Giggles?" They're like, "Yeah, why?" They're like, "Oh, it's my boss." They're like, "Oh, BS, that ain't your boss." I was like, "Nah, it's my boss." And then he showed him pictures. Like, "Holy crap, it is your boss." So then I was like, the other day, I forgot what day it was. It was like Monday or Tuesday. I was giving him, because on my work computer I had a whole ton of, older and newer-ish Dr. Giggle songs. So I was emailing them to him so he could show his boys and stuff. And he legit liked it. He's like, "Wow, I didn't know that." So, See, I don't know. See, back in the day, I don't totally agree with that BSM. He's saying it's not dignified for a band to play at an amusement park or a country fair. That is for has-been bands or a band that will never make it big. I beg to differ because Lady Gaga played right when her album came out, her first album there, and she blew up. What's his name from American Idol? That's Adam Lambert played there, like right after he got out of American Idol. There's been so many that have played. There's so many bands that have played Six Flags and other. I mean, look, in the 80s and 90s and stuff, whatever the biggest band was there at the park every weekend. Think about it. In the heyday, Guns N' Roses, Cypress Hill, anybody that was big in music during those 80s and 90s was at Rocky Point. I remember because I used to go all the time. I know Megadeth used to play there. They've all played there. I think even Gua played there once. I've never seen Gua live, just like in videos. I always want to see Gua live, especially when they have the dummy with the head, and it squirts blood all over the crowd. Adam Lambert's touring with Queen. Tell me that ain't perfect timing. The movie comes out, the movie's a hit, and now he's going out with the real band to go do. They're gonna make a killing. They're gonna rake in. They're gonna be raking in ticket sales. They just brought up nostalgia, and here comes Queen back on the road. Smartest move they could have made. I mean, I don't particularly like Adam Lambert's style of singing. Wasn't for me, but people love him. Matter of fact, my mother doesn't really go to amusement parks anymore. She's got fibromyalgia. She don't ride rides or nothing. And when Adam Lambert went to Six Flags New England, I don't know how many years, 4 5 years ago. My mother was there. She was right down there. She went there. She had the ball. She loved it. And matter of fact, Devin and I, before the concert went on, we were going to ride Thunderbolt, and we ended up riding with band members of Adam Lambert's band, which was pretty cool. Because I seen like they had all these like passes on, and I'm like, "Are you in a band? What band are you in?" And they're like, "Oh, Adam Lambert's band." I'm like, "Oh shit," and so we're going. I think, I don't know if I was sitting with the drummer or the guitarist. I know I was sitting one, and Devin was sitting with the other one. Because, like, they were, like, all taking, like, single seats. And the dudes were like, "Yeah, come on. You can ride with us." I'm like, "All right, cool." And, yeah, so we were riding with them. And whoever I was talking, we were talking going up the lift hill. We had a great time. Cool guys. Yeah, they're isn't this the last Rolling Stones tour, I think? I can't remember. But I mean, I get it. Like the big names, like, you know what I mean, like an Elton John or Rolling Stones, a Queen. They're not going to play amusement parks, and you're not going to see the big ones like a Rihanna or an Eminem or whoever, Cardi B or XYZ or Skittles Face or whatever they are. You're not going to see them because they cost too much money. I think Eminem still commands the most money per show. I think it's like over $100,000 or something a show he gets. The park's not going to pay for that. You're going to get your like B-level and lower bands and stuff just because of cost-wise. Unless the big names are willing to cut their price, and they're not going to. The money's at the shows and the merchandise, and that's just the way it rolls. Technology killed the music. Well, it didn't kill it, but it didn't help it any. But yeah, so yeah, I would really love if the parks like could start doing concerts again. I know there's a money thing and not knowing how many people. You would think, and I would love to sit in a marketing meeting at any park and listen to what they say and talk about, because I don't know how many of you notice this or pay attention. When you're in an amusement park, right? We're just going to use the amusement park business perspective on this. Let's use Six Flags New England as my example. I noticed, like, when they promote something, they don't go hardcore crazy. It's like they make an event on Facebook, they post some stuff up in the park, and let it roll. Now, some stuff is more successful than others, and I know they don't want to pay like big money for constant advertising. But wouldn't you want to put it out there more for events? Like, half of the times, I don't know half of the stuff that's going on in most parks because they're not advertising it. I barely hear about events and stuff like that are going on in parks. Unless I'm purposely going to say, "Hey, what's going on during this day that I'm going to the park?" Anything going on? Like, I shouldn't have to do that. That stuff should be in my face at all times. I feel. Like, they should be sending out mass emails more than like once every couple of weeks. At least once a week. Send an update of all the events going on. I should be seeing stuff pop up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. What the hell's going on? Why is this thing playing? I don't know what's going on. It's still streaming. I don't know. I don't know like the marketing plan of how they do it, but that's just what I think. I just feel like, I mean, is it because of the algorithms on social media that a lot of it's getting blocked out, even though I subscribe and want notifications on a bunch of stuff? I don't get it. I don't get why I'm not seeing stuff. Because I'm sure that like they're probably doing more than I think they are. But like, I'll give you like another example like I wish I knew about. They should be like, like how many? I don't know how many of you like subscribe to like newsletters of like Six Flags or Lake Compounce or King's Dominion or whatever. You know how you can subscribe and get their newsletters and all that stuff. How many times I always like to know. I'm a sucker for like collecting certain merchandise. I'm a sucker for it. I'm a sucker. I love that stuff. So why aren't they like, how like Six Flags does the their newsletter thing that comes out like once every 2 weeks or whatever? Why aren't they like showing off all the Holiday in the Park merchandise? I mean, it's cool walking in the store and seeing the different things going, but why aren't they saying, hey, here's all the new stuff? Like, I didn't know this. Hang on, look at this. Everybody know last year for a Holiday in the Park, they had the teddy bear, right? Look at this for this year. Hang on, I gotta do it without killing my tree and ornaments. Oh, crap. Somebody hooked the reindeer with an ornament. Anyway, so now they got a little ornament. I mean, a little ornament. They got this now, which is really awesome. You can't even see it, but it's a little reindeer. It even has the little Holiday in the Park thing on the leg. It was it cost $12.99 retail, and then with your depending upon which level of membership, you get money off. So I paid what, $6.99 or whatever. I paid half of $12.99 for this. So let me put this back in my tree. I like putting them on my tree. Okay, strap. Oh, he's got a paw print on his butt. All right, he can sit there. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. All right. So yeah, like I would like to know that. Yeah. See, that's another thing. Why don't they have an online store? I wish they did. So, as we jump into this next topic, I want to break down things for 2019 that we're going to be doing. I mean, because this brings up a good point. Nobody really knows a lot of stuff that's going on in these parks. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these different events. Now, I know people get the newsletters and all that stuff. So what I want to start doing every week during the Grove Show is I'm going to do this for all the New England parks. And if there's any other parks that you guys want to know about park events every week, let me, shout park names, Great Adventure, Darien Lake, whatever. But I'm going to mainly focus on the New England parks. So anything in New England, I'm going to focus on that for events. If there's other parks that you are interested in me finding out different events going on in the parks, let me know. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to update. I'm going to go through every week up until like the Thursday, you know what I mean? Like when we do the Grove Show on the third, at our time, I'm going to go through all the New England parks. I'm going to go through all of them and just whatever's coming up, I'm going to write down the events and then I'll let everybody know. I feel because I don't really know about it. And since I'm already trying to find what's going on, and maybe it'll help people go, oh, you know what? I was going to go to this park. I'm going to go to that park. Or I'm going to go to that park instead of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be one feature on the Grove Show. And I want to sit down with Luco during this hiatus. It's only going to be like a 2-week hiatus. I want to try to format the show just a little different. I mean, it's still going to have this kind of format. Like, we're all talking. That's not going away. But I want to add a little bit more kind of cool things to the show. I want to add more video, not 20-minute videos. Couple minute, you know what I mean? Like little segment things, something, I want to do stuff like that. So that's, and I want to sit down with Luco and I want to work on that for next year. Cause next year I want to make sure I go through all the events, the ACE events. I'm also going to start bringing up Coaster Crew events. And any coaster events that come through. I don't care what club it is. I'm just gonna. There's no reason why you can't belong to more than one club. You know, I know some people are like, I'm strictly Ace, I'm strictly Coaster Crew, I'm strictly TPR, I'm strictly. I mean, I'm not gonna bother with the TPR thing just because that's kind of like locked into their membership kind of thing. That's weird. And I'm also getting ready to work on an off-season event at the Factory of Terror in West Warwick to do that, you know, the laser tag thing. So yeah, I want to try and do more events. It might not be coaster events. I'm trying to get like an SFNEOnline day at a park. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to get some like different things for SFNEOnline, the Grove Show, and stuff that adds more. And if there's stuff that we're not doing that you want us to cover, by all means, let us know. What are things that you wish we were doing? I always ask this Fairtown Post. I have like 2 more. We're actually going to give those away. The other 2 during like the Hornapalooza stuff, the podcast stuff. I got 2 more that I'm going to give away when we start up the Hornapalooza thing. You know, so again, we're going to do cool stuff like that. And again, anything that's on this show or the channel that you want to see more of or things we're not doing, don't ever hesitate to shout out an idea. I talk to people about this all the time. I see things in my vision, in my way. Could be the right way. Could be the wrong way. You know, and I am never opposed to ideas from an outside view, ever. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, if anybody ever has ideas, if you don't want to shout them out in public and you want to message me on Facebook, everybody knows my Facebook. Everybody knows my name that watches this. By all means, just message me and we can talk. There's nothing wrong ever to shout an idea out. You know, Luco has shouted out ideas, and Jessica has even shouted out ideas, and a lot of you guys shouted out ideas. And sometimes I forget about some of the ideas because I'm dumb, and sometimes they might not work, depending upon what it is. And why I haven't been to the Silver Ball Museum, I haven't been down that way, really, to do, you know, like when I do, like, I mean, my best bet would be, like, on the way home from riding of the bull, stop there for a few hours, or a couple hours, and go do that. And maybe next year, actually, I don't think we're going to do riding of the bull next year. Jessica says she wanted to go do Fright Fest there. And everybody knows that I don't really like going to Great Adventure that much. Yeah, I've never heard of CJ's Crazy Coaster Crew. I'll have to check that out. Is that a coaster club or a fan site? Or I don't know. I've never heard of CJ's Crazy Coaster Crew. Then again, I never heard of a lot of stuff, and I've been watching some other like bigger YouTubers and stuff like that. And some I like, some I don't. Some I think is totally stupid. Some I think is like really awesome. It's weird. I guess it's just personal taste. I don't know. I just look at the world around me, and I just, some stuff that people are doing are blowing my mind, and some people are making me cringe and going, they really, and I'm sure I do that, you know. So I think at some point I would like to, on the way home, like, you know, like if I go to like Great Adventure on a Saturday, like on a Sunday, drive home, and it's on the way home. It's not like I'm going like really out of the way, and I would love to record it and do a little like vlog thing on it and check it out. And that's the only reason why I want to go to that one someday in New York City with the laundromat. So you got to go through a washer and dry, a secret door to get to this pinball place. I'd like to go check that place out and see what that is. But yeah. So let me look at a calendar really quick. Let me pull it up on my phone. Put it this way. Next Thursday is the last show of the year. Where's my calendar? Here's my calendar. All right. So there will be no show January 3rd or January 10th. We will return on January 17th. and then we'll just kick back into gear. And I'm hoping by that time I got a Hornapalooza podcast in the can, and most of Fairtown edited, if not almost done. That's what I'm gearing up to do. I mean, I can do all these multiple things, like when I come out of work or, whatever. I can do that. So not an issue. I know I'm going to get this Fairtown thing done more sooner than later. Except I'm not going to work on it tonight. After I go get a drink and stuff, then I'm going to come back down here, and then I'm going to what do you call it? Stream Planet Coaster with the new thing. Yeah, I'll have to look up CJ, whoever that guy, coin. I don't know what his name is. I can't pronounce his last name. I'll just say CJ. I've met so many people at the Ace events, and it's cool. And speaking of Ace events, last weekend we had the Christmas party. Yeah, the Martins family Christmas party. Actually, we're gonna. I think. Yeah, it's like that thing's like a speakeasy pinball pot. I mean, it's nothing illegal. It's just a little cool thing. Anyway, so we had our Christmas, and there was quite a few aces there. Even, I don't know how many of you know Emery Picot. He's an assistant rep from New England. He lives in Rhode Island. I invited him. He came up. He had a great time. Jason Velter was there. Skittles was there. Kevin Conamash and his wife and his kids. Dave and Jody were there. Luco was there. Who else am I missing? I had a couple pinball friends over. A little bit of my family came. Obviously, Jessica and Alyssa were there. Danielle and Jimmy got engaged at the party. So that was cool. I knew about it, and then, I was sworn to take it to the grave about... I was specifically told not to tell anybody. No kids, no Luco, no nobody, because we didn't want anybody. Yeah. And if you weren't there, it's on it. There's so many videos of people. I was told not to tell my parents. I was told not to tell anyone. Jimmy was just so nervous that he didn't want to ruin it for Danielle. And we lied to Danielle so we could make a video for Danielle about, proposing and all that stuff that we played on the TV. And it was fun. Yeah, I talked about Nor'easter, and I talked about how it's at the Elks Lodge, and it's not in Salem, New Hampshire, and it's not at a park. And what I talked about was I think that the parks don't really want to do it anymore because they're not making any money on it. All that, their time, the food, the utilities, all that stuff that adds up to a lot of money is donated in, Six Flags and other parks are like, and plus they did it at Lake Compounds twice in a row. So they're doing it at Elks Lodge. The flyer for that's coming out soon. And yeah, it was, it's just weird, but I don't know the reason. I'm just speculating. That's like just me just spewing stuff out of my mouth. I could be totally wrong. There could be like legit reasons why, but I honestly think that that's one of the things. I think it all has to do with money. Because nobody, if they charge you 20, how many of you would go to Nor'easter if it was $20? Realistically, most people are not going to pay $20 to go sit in a room and listen to Parks talk. I mean, some people would. But I think in Six Flags case, it has to do with money. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I would love to know, and the thing is, you're never going to know. You're going to get whatever reason the park is telling you, and most likely is not the real reason. I'm willing to bet on that. That's not the real reason. I don't know. But, yeah, so we have one more episode left of, before we take a 2-week hiatus. So January next week is what? Hey, John, what's up? So next week, where am I? So today's the 20th. So the 27th is the last show of the year, and then we go on break for 2 weeks, and then we come back. This way, that 2 weeks, instead of me doing the Grow Show for 2 Thursdays, no, they have, what the hell do they call the Hershey event? No, East Coast, do they call it, at Hershey. I think that's some money. I remember paying, I think I paid a lot of money for that, actually. But you got, like, awesome food, and you got, like, awesome gifts. The Four Seasons in Wakefield? Wakefield, Rhode Island, or Wakefield where? Well, yeah, Six Flags New England has cut back on a lot. I don't know. I think it all has to do with money, because before the bankruptcy, Six Flags was like all about doing events, free events, awesome events. You had your run of the mill. And I think with this new management and I can't say that's true, because if that was the case, all the other Six Flags would be doing the same thing, and they're not. This is my speculation. I got the card. I forgot to message you and thank you for the card. Here's the thing. I honestly think there's a little bit of bad blood between Ace and Six Flags. I don't know. I have no inside knowledge. It's just speculation. And the only reason why I say that is just because, like, we're so used to what we got in the past. The change began, like, right when they came out of bankruptcy. What was that, 2010, 11, 12, whenever they came out of bankruptcy. Plus, it was also the change of different park managers, different, communications managers and stuff like that. You know, the people change in and out. People have different feelings about stuff. I don't know if they're, like, still upset about not winning any golden tickets for a while. Like when they threw Coast-A-Con, they went all, like, if you didn't go to Coast-A-Con at Six Flags New England, you missed probably one of the best not the best ever, but one of the best since I've been an Ace. And I've been to a lot of awesome Coast-A-Cons. Yeah, the event they did was great this year. I'm not even complaining about that. I'm just saying something just doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. Something's just not feeling right. You know what I mean? I know it's not with us, because I talked to Jen and I talked to other park man, and I have great relationship, and we talk all the time and and all that stuff. Like, I don't SFNEOnline and Six Flags New England doesn't have a bad relationship. There's just something weird. I can't put my finger on it. There's just something weird, because there's so many times we're trying to get events and trying to get ERT, and things are just falling through, and things just aren't like what they used to be. And I've told Jen a million times. I've told different managers at the park. I've told her she's afraid that if they charge too much money, nobody's going to go to the event. She's told me that to my face. I don't know if that's meant to be out in the public, but I'm just saying it anyway. But, and what I mean by that is, and I told her, what I did was I sent her, whenever we had that comment, I think it was a couple of years ago, I sent her a flyer of Riding of the Bull. I said, look what they do at Great Adventure. And I said, they get this amount of people. I tell her the attendance, whatever that year was, I told her what the attendance was and all this other stuff. And I said, look, you're not going to get that kind of attendance right away, but if you did an event of this caliber at Six Flags New England, give it 2 or 3 years and you'll get that kind of attendance. People want to ride Superman, even though people complain about the restraints. People want to ride Batman. People want to ride Wicked Cyclone. People want to ride Thunderbolt. If you price it right, and you do tours, and you do history tours, and you do You do ERT in the morning, ERT at night. You serve a decent meal. You know what I mean? If you get all these things like they do at Riding of the Bull, I said people will come. I said right now, people aren't buying into the events as much. And I mean, New England events get some pretty damn good attendance. You know, they get good. It's not like they're getting 20 people. They're getting good attendance. But one of the complaints that people have is, well, they don't want to pay for the meal because they got meal plans. Well, they're not going to do an event unless you have the meal plan. I mean, pay for the meals. That's where they make most of their money. Yeah, she wants to make it happen. She wants to do something. So I don't know if it's Russ, if it's Jen, if it's a mix, if it's they're trying to get things done and the cost isn't lined up. I don't know. There's so many variables. I can only tell you based on my personal experience when I set up the first SFNEOnline day a few years ago. And you know, you say, this is what I'm looking to do. What is it going to cost? And how do we get it done? And they'll tell you what you can, what they're willing to do, and what they're not. So, put it this way: it depends on, it's really dependent upon you guys. If you want an like a proper event, ace event at Six Flags New England, one, you're gonna have to be willing to pay for food, whether you got a food plan or not. Because to get the event, that like a paid event like that, and get the ERT and tours and stuff, they make their money on the food. We all know that. So you're going to have to suck it up. Just think about it. It's an extra meal you get. I'm fat. I'll eat my lunch, my dinner, and my in-between. I'll do it. I'm fat. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they're always worried about nobody wants to pay for the food. And that's part of one problem. Unless you're willing to pay. And they don't really want to do night ERT like on Superman. Because after the first, like, 4 or 5 trains go out, and 90% of the crowd leaves. Which is true. 90% of the crowd leaves. I've seen it happen. Some people get 1 or 2 rides, boom, go home. I mean, we're paying for it, so whatever. But it's really like a waste. You know what I'm saying? And that could just be because a lot of the younger people didn't go to the event. It's more older people, and the older people want to go nights past their bedtime. Oh. Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I don't know how many of you went to the Six Flags New England Coast-to-Con. They had a helicopter tour. They were handing out these little envelopes at the first meal. And you couldn't open the envelope until they told you. And when I opened mine, I got a helicopter tour. If you go on this channel, there is, from 2013, footage from a helicopter over Six Flags New England. You can see the whole park and what it looked like. It's on this channel. Just you'll have to find it in one of the playlists. I can't remember. It might be in the SFNEOnline playlist. I don't know. But there's a helicopter ride from Coast to Con. 2, they had all different. They had a Houdini tour. They had a maintenance ride on the on Scream, and where you could take pictures. Did anybody come across the plan for an RMC Raptor for 2020? I don't think you're gonna see that for 2020 in New England. I think if you're gonna see a new coaster come for 2020, which I don't think we're gonna get a coaster, I think you're gonna get new trains on Superman, but I could be wrong. But if you're gonna get one, I'm willing to put money on it that you're gonna get the one. What is it, Max Force or whatever that's going in Great America? I'm willing to put money on that. You know, I'm willing to put money on. If we're getting a coaster, that's what we're getting. You're going to get an exact clone of that. That's what you're getting. But Costa Con also, all the kids got Cold Stone Creamery. They got to make the ice cream and then got to eat it. They had tours. You got to go in the tunnels of Superman. You got to go in the infield of Thunderbolt. They had tours of like the wave pool engine room. They had tours of all over the damn place. There was tours all the time. Yeah, I mean ERT is the lure to get you in there if you want the ERT on that ride, and I mean the thing that I love about Jen and when an event is coming up to Six Flags New England, I don't know how it happens or what happens, but my email, I get thrown into the email between her and Russ every single time, which I'm grateful for because then Russ trusts my opinion. Me, surprisingly, Russ and I, when doing events, are on like the same wavelength. We're always asking for tours and ERT on this and ERT on that. It's like he's like, oh, he asked me, if you were gonna put this event together, what would you want to do? And I was like, boom, 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 boom. And he's like, that's exactly what I was thinking. So it's weird. It's like, but you always gotta negotiate with the park. So I get that. So I didn't do that wave pool one. Matter of fact, I missed out on the Superman. I was so sick that morning. I had such a migraine. I had to take 4 800 milligram Motrins to kill the headache. That's how bad of a headache I had. I showed up like an hour later because you had to be at the park for like 6 o'clock in the morning to do that tour. I was up, my head was pounding. I was taking a hot shower to try to clear the sign. It was just bad. I woke up with it. My head was killing me. Yeah, see, I would love that. A Dream Ace Day at Six Flags would be Superman walk back in the morning, food midday at and then Wicked Cyclone ERT. That would be awesome. Now, I think Great Adventure is going to get East Coast races like they did out in Magic Mountain. Watch. They're going to get it. I'm telling you, they're going to get something like that. Either that or they're going to get a Raptor. I don't think so. I don't think I had mine to race the ERT the night before. It's just one of these like awesome things that I mean, they pulled out all the stops, like the meal that they had the first night of CoasterCon, you had to choose either steak, chicken, or lobster, and they had clam chowder too, but you had to like fill it in ahead of time. So yeah, like for those that didn't go, like a lot of people in New England, like I'm not going to that. Like I live at these parks. Why am I going? They're like, I should have went. Like it was. And the thing is, they had to like follow up after Dollywood. Dollywood was 2012. Yeah, I've been hearing about that about Jersey, but they can't have the crossovers because of Jersey. There's a rumor going around about a ground up like a Wicked Cyclone and calling it like Twisted, what do you call it? Thunder or whatever. Wicked Thunder, Twisted Thunder, something like that, from Rolling Thunder. It's supposed to be like a part 2 to that. They're going to like remake. There's so many rumors going around. I don't know what the hell's real anymore. But yeah, so that CoasterCon was awesome. Here's the, no, West Coast Races is a brand new launch race coaster. Race coaster. That's not a remake of anything. That's a brand new. Now here's the rule when it comes to CoasterCon. CoasterCon Park, for a park to have CoasterCon, when they have it, they have to wait 10 years before they can have it again. They try to put a 10-year hiatus in between. Six Flags does a mean CoasterCon this year, and last year's cons, the Six Flags parks stuck out. It was weird. Now, I know a lot of people hate the past events director, Paul Blick. A lot of people hate this man. I know he can be kind of rough around the edges and tough to work with sometimes, but let me tell you, he got things done. He did. I know a lot of people hate him. A lot of people hate him. They worked on so much to push him out. I mean, I've heard all kinds of rumors about him. I've heard stuff that he said about other people, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just stupid drama. Now, I guess he might have ruined relationships with some parks at some point because of how he negotiates and wants the best thing for the best price possible. Now, this new guy isn't as tough. They're played more by the book, I guess. They've changed the way that they want to do. Cedar Point's doing CoasterCon in 2021. It's, was it Kennywood? Yeah, Kennywood and Cedar Point, 2021. This year, 2019 is at Six Flags Magic Mountain and Knott's Berry Farm. 2020 is Knoebels, Hershey Park, Dorney Park, and Dutch Wonderland. And I don't know what 2022 is yet. So the earliest that New England could do the CoasterCon would be 2023. That's the earliest that they can do that. And I don't think it'll happen. It'll probably happen. Yeah, Lost and Loop's going at Great Adventure, so that's... I hope more of those get sold off and put somewhere else. I can't stand those loop rides. Once in a blue moon, I like to go ride it, but not often. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get a drink and then get a little quick bite to eat. And then I will be back here in like another... By 10:30, I'll be rocking and rolling with Planet Coaster and the new DLC. So we will be back next Thursday for the final show of the year, and then a 2-week hiatus. We'll talk more about that. We'll talk about the awesome secret trip that's going on this weekend for Jeremy's birthday. So if you happen to see Jeremy on Facebook tomorrow or something, wish him a happy birthday. And I will see you guys next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. So again, until next time, everybody, keep on coasting, y'all. Peace out. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Where's the button? I can't find the button.